Welcome, everybody. My name is Brad Duckworth. I'm the Director of Athletics, and I'm about to enter my 5th year at UW-Stevens Point in this capacity. Excited to be back. I just want to start by saying how proud I am of each of you, some of you coming in for the first time, others of you coming back. It has been a crazy summer, spring. Many of you have missed out on several things that are extremely important to you. And I want you to know that, one, I acknowledge that, and two, I feel for you, and three, we're going to do everything we can to keep you safe, make smart decisions, and get you back to playing the sport that you love. Part of my role in the compliance video is to emphasize a few things. One, I would make sure that you spend the time listening to each of our folks on here. Our job isn't to keep you off the courts and fields, it's to keep you on. Megan Wilson, our Associate Athletic Director, handles our compliance. Her job is to make sure that we're helping you stay on the court, fields, ice, whatever it is, in the competition by staying eligible and doing the right things on and off the courts, the fields. Our athletic training staff is phenomenal, and they're here to keep you healthy, to get you back to playing, not to keep you off. So the one thing that I would say about our staff is we're here to get you back into competition. There's a few pieces I want to make sure that you hear from me. One, make sure that you stay full-time during your competition season. Do not fall below full-time. Two, you are subjected to drug testing, random drug testing. There are two of those. One is administered by UW-Stevens Point. The other is administered by the NCAA. The drug testing administered by UW-Stevens Point is random, and we expect you to comply. Should you miss a test, that is a positive test. Anna and her team, our athletic trainers, will outline what the drug testing policies are. I do want you to know that we drug test not to try to find people. We drug test to keep you safe and to address any potential problems. Also importantly, I expect you to look out for each other. We take interpersonal violence, acts of sexual assault, sexual misconduct very seriously. If you encounter or feel unsafe, make sure that you're looking out for one another. If you have questions about interpersonal violence, make sure to be reporting to your coaches. There will be several opportunities throughout this year to educate each other about how to keep each other safe. We want to make sure that this is the most important and invaluable time of your life. Pointers, welcome back and welcome to one of the most historic athletic departments in the NCAA. We hold 13 NCAA national championships, 63 individual national championships, hundreds of conference championships. We've won several academic awards, and we have 5 Elite 90 awards. You're joining something much bigger than you, me, each other. The history of Pointer Athletics dates back over 100 years. You should be very proud to put on the purple and gold. I do want you to know that my door is always open to you. Our athletic administration and our coaches are committed to making sure that the next 4 years, or these 4 years, are the most memorable 4 years of your life. Thank you for being a Pointer. We are so very proud of each and every one of you. The information on this video is immensely important to make sure that your path is as smooth as it possibly can be. I know COVID-19 and the summer of 2020 has been unprecedented in your lives. It certainly has been unprecedented in mine. We will do everything we can to ensure the best that we can your safety, your health, but please look out for one another. Take care of the precautions. This season, this year, will look nothing like anything that you've ever encountered. We acknowledge that on the front end, but we intend to make this the best that we possibly can. Best of luck. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Thank you and have a great day.
The NCAA and the WIAC have a number of rules and regulations that we need to make sure you're aware of and know how they affect you as student athletes. We're not going to be able to cover every rule, so please make sure you ask your coach, the athletic director, or myself anytime you have any questions. Remember, it's okay to ask first. Each year, you get a rundown of all the rules and regulations and sign the NCAA and the WIAC paperwork necessary to ensure your eligibility for competition through Front Rush. Some general rules that you should be aware of. Student athletes must remain at a full-time status and be enrolled in a minimum of 12 credit semester hours at all times. Do not drop below 12 credit hours unless it is the last semester before you graduate or you qualify for an exception, which is something we should talk about before you drop below. Also, in regards to ethical conduct, you're expected to act with honesty, integrity, and sportsmanship at all times. You are a pointer. You should read thoroughly and sign all the NCAA and the WIAC participation paperwork that you complete on Front Rush. If you're a transfer student, please contact myself or the athletic administration to complete the necessary paperwork to ensure your eligibility. This is in addition to any other paperwork that you may have already filled out. To be athletically eligible to compete in the spring semester, a freshman needs to complete at least 9 credit hours and have a minimum GPA of 1.8 after their first term. Per the WIAC rules, a multi-sport freshman student athlete must successfully pass at least 9 credit hours and achieve a minimum of a 2.0 GPA after the first season of participation to compete in another sport during that second semester. An example would be a cross-country student athlete in the fall that also competes as a track and field student athlete in the spring. All returning student athletes must have earned a minimum of 24 credit hours in their previous 2 full-time terms and have a cumulative GPA of 2.0 or higher to remain eligible. As a general rule of thumb, student athletes must successfully pass 24 credit hours per academic year and have a minimum of GPA of 2.0 to stay eligible. Going to retake a class you have previously passed, you will not get credit for the second time. And this course will not count towards the minimum credit hours you need for athletic eligibility. Make sure you're aware of that. You have 4 seasons to compete in your sport in your first 10 semesters, unless you qualify for one of the more recent COVID-19 exceptions. You utilize a season of participation if you participate in the first competition or if you practice or take part in athletically related team activities after the date of the first competition. You have 2 faculty athletic representatives here to serve you. They serve as a liaison between academics and athletics. They attend the NCAA and the WIAC meetings to ensure your interests are being met. They'll certify your eligibility certificates each semester and sign off on postseason academic awards. They're an advocate for all of you as student athletes and serve as liaisons to the chancellor and faculty on campus. If you need to reach out to them, they're always available to help. At the beginning of each semester, introduce yourself to your professors. Let them know you're a student athlete and notify them that you may be missing class due to a competition. Make sure you're following up with them at least 48 hours prior to missing a class. Remember, you're required to make up the missing work in the time frame that the professor requests, and you should never be missing class due to a practice. A lot of times we get asked, what's an extra benefit? An extra benefit is any special arrangement or service provided by an employee, staff member, or booster to a student athlete, a prospect, or family members that are not recognized by NCAA rules. These benefits or services are not available to the general public or the general student body. By accepting any extra benefit, it may lead to major violations and you may become immediately ineligible. Just don't do it. And if you're not sure, ask. Gambling is prohibited by the NCAA. The This includes gambling on your own games or on other competitions that are NCAA sports. So what this means, no bets on golf, football, baseball, basketball, or any other sport that the NCAA has a championship in. This would include, but not limited to, FanDuel, DraftKings, fantasy sports, and March Madness brackets. It's not worth risking your eligibility over. You are expected to represent UW-Stevens Point in a first-class manner. Be aware of how your words and actions will affect UW-Stevens Point, your team, and yourself. What you post on social media may result in disciplinary actions from your coach, the athletic department, or the institution. In terms of social media, understand that there are people always watching your accounts and your activity. Make sure your accounts are private. Protect yourself and know every person that you add or follow. Potential employers and even our competitors are watching. What do you want them to see? Once you're in college, you can no longer talk to other schools about playing for them. If you did decide you want to transfer, there are a few rules that you would need to know. In order to talk to another Division III school, you could sign and submit a self-release allowing you to talk to that institution for up to 30 days. Following those 30 days, your coach is permitted to find out about that discussion. To transfer to a Division I or a Division II school, the athletic department must send a written release. You'll be asked to talk to your coach prior to this information being sent on your behalf. Any student athlete who has competed for 2 or more seasons at another WIAC institution must establish a 1-year residency in order to be eligible in that sport upon transferring from one WIAC institution to another. On a side note, you can't transfer out of trouble. This means if you're already suspended due to academic or disciplinary actions, you will not be eligible at your new institution upon transferring. If you are athletically ineligible, you will also not be eligible at the new institution.
Hello, Pointers. My name is Anna Kinzel, and I'm your head athletic trainer. For those of you who don't know, athletic training is where you go for any injury, illness, or injury prevention needs. We're very excited to have you all on campus this fall. Please contact your athletic trainer if you need to get seen for an injury or you have any other concerns. Our contact information is on the athletics website. In-season athletes get priority during busy times. In order to stop the spread of infections, please remember to shower before entering the Sports Medicine Center and wear your shorts, shoes, and a shirt at all times. They're required. Also remember to report injuries in a timely manner. Waiting to report injuries will only delay your recovery. This is especially important with concussions. Talk to your athletic trainer if you suspect any concussion symptoms yourself or you're concerned with a fellow student athlete. We're here to help. There is educational information available on the UWSP Athletics website. Please review that and let us know if you have any questions or concerns. It is important to take ownership of your health and safety as an athlete at UWSP. Take initiative when getting help when you need it. The sports medicine staff is a great resource for referrals to other healthcare professionals, like the counseling center, student health, and any other specialist you may need. The sports medicine staff can only provide the best healthcare with the most up-to-date information that you provide us. Please let us know if you have any medication changes or insurance changes throughout the entire year. When in doubt, get a hold of your athletic trainer and we'll be able to clear things up for you.
The NCAA has rules about drug use and they conduct drug testing. You are responsible for what you put in your body. Positive drug tests cannot be reversed because you did not know something was illegal. Recreational drugs carry a 50% season suspension from the NCAA, and performance-enhancing drugs carry a full year calendar suspension. You never know when random drug tests may be administered. Prescription medication should be on file with the athletic training room, as some medications can cause a positive drug test. Examples include Ritalin and Adderall. Talk to your athletic training staff if you have questions. Also, medical marijuana is not permitted. Again, just remember, You are responsible for what you put into your body. If you're not sure, ask a member of the athletic training staff. If a violation does occur and you become aware of it, you might be asking yourself, what should I do? Notify your head coach, the athletic director, or myself immediately. Your coach will ensure that the athletic director and other athletic administrators are notified. Remember that any consequences could involve more than just athletics. You're always a student, an athlete, and a member of the Stevens Point community. The athletic administration will work to ensure that due process is taken care of within the campus, the NCAA, and local authorities if necessary. It is important to remember being involved in Pointer athletics is a privilege, not a right. As a Pointer student athlete, you are expected to make your academics a priority, remain eligible, and to graduate. Make sure you're always exhibiting positive sportsmanship and respecting others at all times. You guys are leaders on this campus. You have responsibilities pulling you in many directions, including academics, athletics, being role models, your physical and emotional well-being, compliance, and to have a social life. Mistakes do happen, so make sure you contact your coach or our athletic administration as soon as you know. You don't want them to hear it from someone else first. These are exciting times to be a Pointer. It's up to you to be the best student, athlete, and teammate. Use good judgment, always. Have fun, and know that your athletic administrators, coaches, and fellow student athletes are here to help and serve you. Just ask for help. Best of luck this year. Have a great year. Go Dogs!